About to take off soon. Let's go.
Alright, what's going on, peeps? So, this week has been a great and crazy experience. So, this video is going to be about, it's going to be a video that's going to be broken up into several different parts. It's going to be part one of owning your authority. And I figured I wanted to explain what owning your authority actually means. Okay, so as a driver, you're able to work for a company and just get paid, per mile. As a driver operator, like if you own your own vehicle, you can go and work with a company and get paid more per mile, or you'll pay them a percentage of the load. Okay, that's if you own your own truck and you're driving with the company. Now, when you own your own authority, you book your loads and you dispatch your loads, and you get paid what the rate con is, what the full rate is. Now, that is a good benefit. Okay, the thing about being a driver operator, you can pick your loads and you can dispatch yourself, but you're still going to pay a percentage to the authority to get you onto these loads. Now, on this part of these videos, I want to let you know about the cons of getting your own authority. Okay, first, when you get your own authority, you have to wait like 30 days or 20 days before it gets active. Once it gets active, you have to be able to get loads. A lot of the shippers won't even mess with you if you have an authority that's less than 30 days, right? What I found out that you have to be operating at least 6 months to get all the good loads, be opened up to a lot of good loads, right? So right now we're getting a lot of loads for the reefer unit that we bought, but we could have got so much more loads. We'll be open to so much more in the next couple of months. So that's why right now is a big grind session. So a lot of people are like, oh man, you must got some money to start your own authority. And no, I'm living check to check right now, rate to rate. It's very expensive. It's very expensive to run your own authority. You're paying for gas, you're paying for the insurance, you're paying for registration on your trailer. Just to give you some numbers, the plates and the tags for the truck is $1,600. When you buy a trailer usually runs around 50, 60, maybe even less, depending on what trailer you get. We got our trailer, don't worry about how much we got our trailer for, but our registration was $2,000 just to pay for the registration on the trailer. So those are a lot of things to keep in mind when you're getting into your own authority or trying to run your own business, is that it's going to cost a lot of capital, a lot of money. And that's what you're going to really have to focus on. Not only the money to start up, but for maintenance. So we just bought this trailer back here, and already it needed a tire. So we replaced the tire when we were at home. And then that same tire that got replaced got damaged and had to replace with it a brand new tire. So a tire with mounts and everything put together, getting the whole tire, one tire on your trailer would be $500, brand new. Okay, I got a brand new tire for $500. Okay, Um, Another thing that happened, that there is truck maintenance. So earlier this week, I was backing into a dock, and I was making my turns to get in. I guess my air hose got caught on my APU back there, my power unit back there, and it got snagged and it popped. Totally popped. Air coming out. I see the air pressure dropping on my dashboard, and I'm like, oh crap. So I'm over here at the shipper. They're watching me not backing up to the dock, and I'm like, oh, what the hell am I gonna do? So I try to patch up the air hose as much as I can, but I try to use Gorilla Tape, waterproof Gorilla Tape to seal up the air hose. I did that and it popped. That Gorilla Tape popped like bubble gum, like blew a gum, and so that didn't work. So what I did is I straightened up my truck as much as I could, and I just dragged that bad boy into the dock. We called the repair guy to come out there. $300 later, he came out to patch up the hose. He just put a little fitting on it to patch it up. This morning I wake up, the hose is just, it's leaking. It's just leaking. I hear the air coming out of it, and being on the road or being on the streets and driving a big semi, you don't want to have no air leaks or no kind of issues driving. You want to have the confidence of riding down that road without any problem mechanically happening to the vehicle. And some of these roads don't have any shoulders, so if you can't pull off, if your vehicle locks up, you can't just pull off, else you might just tip over. You know what I mean? Especially how much weight I have in this truck. I didn't want to take that chance. So I'm at the Love's truck stop right now, and I am gonna have them repair. I bought my service air brake air hose and my emergency air hose for the trailer, and I'm gonna have that replaced. I bought the tools to try to take it apart, but I'm like, there are people for that. Okay, so don't put your life into your own hands. You know what I mean? Especially if you don't know what you're doing. And I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to fixing stuff like that on the road. If I was at home, I had time to figure it out. But I got other people's merchandise in my truck, and I have time to get where I need to get to. And I gotta be safe. Better be safe than sorry. Another thing that happened, so that's gonna be, I don't know how much that's gonna cost, but I figured that's gonna be around $50 to $60, maybe even $100 to repair that air hose, or to replace it. I bought the air hose from Love's, so I bought the coil red one and the coil blue one, and they came up to like $40 a piece, $42 a piece. Yesterday, one of my tires on my drive axle went soft. This might sound like a lot of foreign stuff to some people who are not in the trucking, but my drive axle tire got soft, and I had to get that repaired, because those are brand new tires. Those tires look like they go off road, and I had to get that repaired. That one right there, just to repair a tire, is $50. So it's not that much to repair the tire. So I hope it's not that much to replace these coils. Anyway, the point of the story is, there's a lot of money involved when you're going on the road, especially when you're by yourself. When you're working with another company or working with someone else, they get all that expense. They have to they have to take care of tires, they gotta take care of roadside assistance, they gotta take care of repairs. It's up to the driver to be responsible on pointing out what needs to get done before big things happen. You know, you don't want to get caught on the road and have to pay $1,000 to tow your truck, thousands of dollars just to tow your truck to the nearest repair area. You don't want that. You don't want that. So whenever you get a chance, that pre-trip is very important. Not just to get you from make sure that everything looks right, but make sure you get from point A to point B, because you don't want to get caught. I see a lot of trucks on the road get caught. Even I was almost on the road, and thank God I wasn't caught up, you know, on the road. Anytime I have an issue is where I'm able to get serviced. And I just don't understand if it's just a blessing or God doesn't want to spank me that much, but it's supernatural power right now that allows me to make my mistakes in a comfortable zone, in an area where I can get it fixed. I'm not in like the sticks or the farm where I can't get no one to me. I'm right here in the truck stop, and all the tools are here. All the people with the know-how is here. So I'm getting it fixed, and I want to learn. It's all about, no matter what you do out here, it's about to learn from your mistakes and learn how to make it better. Learn how to make your experience out here better, because there's going to be a lot of growing pains out here. Learning curves. Know how to drive your truck properly. Know how to make these turns. These jackknives might mess not only your truck up, but mess your whole airlines up. You know, knowing how to ride your tandem axle. Knowing what is I got pulled over for when they tell you to slide the tandem all the way back. So I slid it all the way back at a shipper, and they came and loaded me up, and I decided to drive off and GPS my next coordinates, and they pulled me over. It was $100 ticket that they gave me, and that hurt. Every little money that you spend hurts. Now I'll tell you the pros. You can make a lot of money as a driver that owns their own authority. Make a lot of money, but you need to have systems in place. You got to have a dispatcher. You got to have a driver manager and an accountant. You got to have someone to factor your BOLs, or factor all your stuff, factor your money. You need someone to do that while you're on the road. It is hard to do that when you are just a driver on the road and you have a business to run. Being a driver, owner, operator, and working for a company is love, because everything is, they take care of all that. They take care of your insurance, they take care of your factoring, they take care of your money, but you have to wait for them to take care of all your stuff, which is okay. You don't have to worry about it, but they do it, and it depends what company you work for and how they give you your money, and how honest, how profitable it's going to be for you working for. You got to work for the company. It's going to be profitable for you and for them. So, it's good to not have the headaches if you're a driver owner, but it's good to have the headaches as an authority owner, because you make more money, but you have to put in mind that the more money you make, the more expenses is going to be your responsibility. Most of the responsibility is going to be on you to maintain and to work on minimizing the expenses in your company and on your vehicle. Maintenance, preventive maintenance is everything. And that's what I'm learning now. I'm learning that if you see an issue, you say something and you fix it. There's no time for walking around and saying, I will make it to the next stop. No. It's all about figuring out what you're going to do now, get it done. I see a lot of people out here, especially if they're just drivers for a company, they leave their truck on all day, all night, just burning gas. And yo, as a driver, if I was a driver, I'll burn company gas all day, all night. But as a owner, as a company owner, I have to minimize on gas, because I know that it's ultimately coming out of my pocket. It's not coming out of anyone else's pocket but mine. So if I want to keep a lot of money in my pocket, I have to know how to minimize my money. And before I start hiring people to drive my trucks, I want to make sure I know how to minimize my expenses before I have someone that can jump in that doesn't really care about my expenses. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's just part one in a nutshell on just how much it costs just to start your own authority. Now, I didn't talk about insurance, but I'm gonna break down one thing about the insurance for you. When you start your own authority, everything is based on your MVR, with your motor vehicle records or whatever. So they go on your MVR and whoever else is in your company's MVR. So me and my wife's name was run on the MVR, and we got hit for a claim that they said we did on our windshields. Now beware. When someone in Florida, they tell you that you can replace your windshield for free because it's against the law to ride around in the state of Florida with a cracked windshield. So we were like, it's cool. If it's for free, you can replace our windshield. We don't care. Good for you, good for me. Not so. Okay. When we got that, when we were trying to get our authority, our insurance for our authority, what happened was they ran our MVR and saw that we had a claim on a windshield repair and asked us why we had that claim. And we told them, and they were like, okay, well, your insurance was going to be $5,000 down payment, but now it's $8,000. And now your insurance was $2,500 a month, but now it's $3,100 a month. All that money over a stupid cracked windshield replacement, which I could have lived without replacing that windshield. But replacing that windshield cost us another $3,000 and another $800 a month just on monthly payments. So these are the things you want to make sure you understand, that our down payment might be different from your down payment. Any speeding, any of these things that are on your insurance, any accidents, this can drive your MVR sky high. DUIs, all that. So if you're thinking about getting your own authority and going through all the paperwork, you got to make sure you have a clean driving record. A clean driving record is the key, or you might as well not even try. Have someone else in your company apply, be the owner. You can, it's going to be rough, but you're going to have to be under somebody else that has a clean background without your name on the company, so that you can have less pay less for your insurance. Or if you want your name on the company, you will have to pay that down payment. Some people have a $10,000, $20,000 down payment, and if you have the money to do it, it's to suck it up and get it done, or just drive for another company and get your funds up. And you can own your own truck and you can drive your own truck. You just have to drive it under someone else's authority until you're able to get the insurance requirement to get your own authority. And trust me, it's a headache. And I thought this was the only way to drive my truck by myself, but this is not the only way. I could have worked under someone else's authority. But like I said, it's a game that if you get into, it's gonna take time for it to grow. It's not gonna happen in the first 3 months. After that 6 months, 8 months, in the first year, you're gonna see substantial growth if I can handle all of this pain right now, all of this repair and maintenance. Get funded, get capital. If you got good credit, get credit card, get lines of credit, and get them as high as you can, because you're gonna need all that money to stay on the road. You're gonna need all that money. But it doesn't matter if you have it. It doesn't matter if you spend it, because you're gonna make it right back. So try to spend it to make sure you spend it right to keep things going in your business. All right, y'all. That's 21 minutes. God, dog. I know no one was here for the whole thing, but anyway, that's I don't know if I skipped things in here or there's something that I forgot to tell you about, but there's a lot of different things to know. And if you want to know about something specific, let me know, and I will put it back in the comments. I have gas cards. That's something else I can talk about, and I'll let you know how that happens, because you need money for that. And I don't got money, but gotta have ways. You gotta have resources. All right, and I'll let you know where the resources are. Peace.